Admit the people. I need to switch the earpods.
Hello, everyone. Oh, we have big audience today.
Hello, hello. So as usual, we start with the music.
اشوف الهم في بعادي اقول يوم انت يجيني حزين الوقت في غيابك وحلوه دنيتك فيني اشوف الهم في بعادك اقول يوم انت يجيني رويت قلبي يا ابو خالي ليت الزين في يوم اصفالي ليته بس من حلالي كان شريت قربه انا وهو احلى الليالي باني عرشه من دلالي بالعيون السود حالي ويلي وكل قلبه مذوق انه جبوه وين تشوفه زين عينك الحيله خطوه لك صوت ثقيله تلتل القلب يرتقي سلسل العقل صهي ارقب بنت من قبيله شادلي تنعدي لعيونها كما الفتي شفتها وانا في السوق تناظرني من تحت لفوق ضبطتني بالقيود ومالي منها اي نفوذ سعودية يرقى لها رمز الكرم والجود ومن جمالها سر الفتن معاد لا وجود شوف غيابك وحلوة دنيتك فيني اشوف الهم في بعادك اقول يوم انت يجيني حزين الوقت في غيابك وحلوة دنيتك فيني اشوف الهم في بعادك اقول يوم انت يجيني هي ستايلي ماخذه بالي كلها كيوت على المود كانها كايلي call me baby call me daddy you my princess no got in my body شوفها كوكيز فوق الشقر خدها كب كيك من القمر فما سفلي بس حار مثل الجمر هي من تضحك هالدنيا تنجبر قولي باكر baby no catcher noisy laughing baby.
That's enough?
I'm moving to the second one.
You know, I was
This
just
is
warming up.
Dubai style.
The new one. Uh-huh. Where's the music? There's no music.
सुबह दुबई में होती है शाम अबू धाबी उड़ाए हवाएं तुम्हारी दुआएं अब घर का व्यू लगता वक्की की एक नंबर कलाए भलाए ना करके बताए हम कम तो दुबई हबीबी नहीं भूले हम स्कूटी से लैम्बोर्गिनी फ्लेक्स करना भूले हम यहाँ पर भी नहीं असर पे भी नहीं और ना चाय में चीनी लाइफ है जीनी जो मांगे आ जा रही धीमी धीमी चलती है डबल आर छोड़ा है ट्रबल बार दिया मैंने डबल बार तू बस खाली हवलदार बारा के भी बोल रहे मराठी है जो कुछ भी किया मैं आए भगवान साटी चल लाइफ है मराठी जो मांगो वो चीज आ जाती और क्या बोलते भाई हाँ सुबह दुबई में होती है शाम अबू धाबी लाइफ है मराठी जो मांगो वो चीज आ जाती सब कुछ आ जाती सुबह दुबई में होती है शाम अबू धाबी हाँ दूध दही हो गया है लाइफ सही हो गया है क्या बोल रहे हो बच्ची दूध दही हो गया लाइफ सही हो गया है पहले ठीक अपना बम्बई था अब दुबई हो गया है गर्दिश में तारे पर कोई नहीं बेचारा कोई.
Okay, so we started with showing you the difference between the music lifestyle, and then we will talk about the business.
Yes, first is the Emiratis has home pets like orangutan and cheetah.
Even Saudi they do have home pets.
Yes,
so
they
I will
have
share pictures.
tigers.
Yeah, mostly the lions, mostly lions.
Of course. Some camels, but they are not home pets.
No, those are precious pets.
Welcome everyone to our Middle Eastern world. Today we will give you some insights about Saudi and Emirates. What are the differences? What are the similarities? There's a lot and a lot of differences as well. From the point of view, I don't know, like a common person that is living there or visiting, and also from the business point of view, that I guess is the most important for you. So that's my small introduction. I'm Marta
Since you
Hamuda.
started, yes, finish. I would like to ask you to
Yes,
finish.
I'm Marta Hamuda. I'm co-founder and co-owner of Nexa Global. I'm helping companies from mostly from Europe at the moment to expand to GCC countries. And I'm the C-suite business liaison and market expansion expert. So this is my main, how to say it, expertise to build relation in every level. Ahmed, I'm giving you the floor.
Thank you. I'm the DJ in the group, so I will start kicking it off with the first question. So, which market are you interested in? Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, both, or you are still exploring your options? Just type 1 if you're interested in Saudi, 2 if you're interested in UAE, 3 if you're interested in both, and 4 if you're still exploring your options. You don't know where to go.
Exploring those.
Okay, I'm checking the chat. Okie dokie. Oh, we have a lot of 3s. 4, 2. Also, we have 3, 1. 1
We have
about
mixed
2.
audience.
Yeah, but I was expecting the people that they will be more interested into Dubai. But
Dubai.
I
Come to
but I
Dubai,
see that it's
Habibi.
fish. Okay.
Dubai. This is Dubai. Dubai, Habibi. Yeah.
Yes. So today, Marta is Team Dubai with her mug. I'm Team Saudi, mainly Polish Saudi, because I have the mug of the 30 years anniversary between economic relations between both countries. So, and because I like Saudi for many things, you
I
will
also
know.
like Saudi for many things, but the mug speaks for itself.
Good. So, we'll tell you. Oh, hello, Polish Dubai Council. Great to see you, Piotr. What I wanted to tell you more today about, it's a quick agenda. Today, we will give you some basic introduction about both countries, both markets, let's say. Then we'll give you like a side-by-side comparison, and we will summarize some strategy tips if you are considering both markets, what to do in these, what to do, don't do in those. And we will kick it off with some Q&As, okay? So fasten your seatbelt and let's go. If you love money, this slide is for you. If you don't, you are in the wrong place. So about markets, just to give you a idea about the GCC as a market, as the Gulf country, as the GCC or the 6 countries, all of their economies together, they make $2 trillion. And as you can see, Saudi Arabia and Emirates are the biggest. So the 2 countries together, they have $1.6 trillion, which is 80% of the whole GCC economy, which is very, I want you to let this sink in for a moment, that if you enter to these 2 markets alone, you will have 80% of the GCC economy, which is one of the world's most fastest growing economies in the world at the moment. Even though that you have a lot of conflicts, we're not talking about Israel-Palestine conflict, whether we are talking about non-stable economy in Syria, or if we are talking about the latest events in Iran, this region has been under pressure since the 80s, since the first Gulf region war. And since then, they have been in constant growth. Whatever happens, they are in constant growth. Well, and today we are trying to understand why, to be honest, in both those countries. So also something else that you need to note, that KSA is double of the economy of Emirates. And a lot of industries in Emirates, 90% of their export is destined to Saudi Arabia. This is something very important for you to know. Then I would like to tell you about some metrics. Just a quick profile snapshot. The population of UAE is around 10 million. And remember, when we say the population, it means that the people that are living there, that are originally Emiratis and non-residents, okay? And 80% of the population is not Emirati. Only 20% is from Emirates. Saudi Arabia is 3.6 times more population there. 12 million of them, they are expats. And the local population is 24 million people. The average age is 26 years old for Saudi and 33 years old. So there is an 8 years difference. So you have a more younger population, more driven into training and education rather than the UAE. About visions, everyone heard about Vision 2030. Can you guess what is the current UAE vision?
They still
Just
have
type
a
in the
vision.
chat. They have a vision. They have a vision. Did you hear about the vision plan of UAE? Just type yes or no. If you know, if you don't know.
Oh, yes, we
I
have someone.
Which one, Amani? Which one? Yes, okay. There's those who said yes, so you know. So name it. Type it in the chat or open the mic. Okay, I think they say yes because by default they know they have a vision. Yes, they do. It's called the Centennial 2071. So Saudi Arabia, their current announced vision is 2030 since 2016. Mostly started operation in 2018. And UAE, they have a history of changes since the 80s. They have 50 years of making visions come true. And Saudi Arabia is new to this. But we will see which is the pace of both of them. So for the main business cities in Saudi Arabia, you have three, let's say, main economic cities, as we call them. The capital, which is Riyadh. Jeddah, which is more into the Red Sea and more into tourism, and also it's part of the religious region of Mecca. Yes, Neom, etc. But there are more. We talked 1 hour about those projects. If you would like to have us redo it, we can tell you more about it. And in UAE, from those Emirates that are there, because it's a federal government, you have two, which is Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Those are the main that you hear about. And each of the Emirates had a specialization. And the key sectors for Saudi Arabia, it's anything about energy, oil and non-oil. Just for you to know, Saudi Arabia is the #1 funding in NGOs in the world for renewable energy. Can you guess why? They produce oil. So why do they fund NGOs for renewable energy? Because solar panels, they need plastic. The wind, how do you call it? Is the eolian. For the wind farming, you need resin and everything, and it's made by, yes, and to also increase the sales of oil. That's two. And for the UAE, it's mainly known as one of the biggest hubs in the world in terms of finance. So you find that many companies that operate in fintech, they choose between three cities: London, Singapore, and Dubai, because of their friendliness in terms of finance. Anything about trade is also more into UAE because of their dynamic regulations, and logistics because they are closer to the, the end of the peninsula, so for direct access to the sea.
What I can also add to the key sector, it's the real estate. Yes, in Dubai, the luxury in real estate, it's booming now. And we already know that in Saudi, it's coming also, but it's not at the moment. It's in the future. There is a lots of projects. There are some giga projects based on the construction and real estate and housing.
And if I add about that, for real estate ownership for foreigners is official since years in Dubai mainly, because if you go to Abu Dhabi, it's different legislations. That's why it's a federal state. You should not consider UAE as one country. They have different regulations for different industries. So even for where you can own in Dubai, there are some places. Yes, Shankar?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
Good.
That's good.
Thank you for
Great.
joining us.
So So I visited recently Dubai, right? Regarding some of to explore the business opportunities, right? And it seems too much crowded, in terms of the space they have. Too much crowded. When I travel in the metro in the morning, evening, is like, there's no space to get into the metro, right? It's too much crowded. I'm not sure what will happen next 2 to 3 years. And real estate
They
is
will
too
go to
much
Saudi. They will go to
expensive.
Saudi.
Yeah, it's just too much expensive. So when I compare Saudi, right,
Yeah.
compared to Dubai, so in terms of the weather and real estate and the business opportunities, that's basically I want to understand a little bit on that point.
Yes.
Thank you for that
Thank you.
comment.
Thank you for the comment. Yes, Dubai, it's more crowded, but I would like to highlight that the UAE, it's all of their, emirates, and each one has different vocation. And Dubai is the most, let's say, open for foreigners. That's why it's very, very, very crowded, let's say. And we have seen that over the years that they test some projects in Dubai, then they bring it to the other emirates. So if it works well, everything in terms of legislation and everything, they translate it to the others. And
If you
but we're
compare, yeah, if you compare Dubai to Riyadh, Riyadh is a very large and huge city. The Riyadh is the middle of the desert, and there is there's a lots of space. So you will see that there is this this space. In Dubai, you have even multi-level highways.
Yes, correct.
road, yes.
So, yes. So, but in Riyadh, there's something different. You need to be prepared that logistics is totally different than Dubai. It takes more time because the city is very, very large, and
Correct.
you need to adapt
Correct.
and some traffics.
From north to south of Riyadh as a capital, there is 100 kilometers. So
Yes.
you
Oh my
understand
goodness.
Between
the
80 up
magnitude.
to 100 from the border of north to the south.
Okay.
As
It's just quite.
Thank you so much, Shankar. In terms
Yeah.
of ease of doing business, let's say the improvement, let's say, and adaptation to current regulations, we are seeing that over the past 10 years, Saudi Arabia is improving fast, trying to catch up and highlight itself as a more international business friendly, whereas in the UAE, it's already highly streamlined. But we made a webinar about the new investment law in Saudi Arabia, and we are making another one because it's already in effect now. And we did one in January about promoting it, that it's happening in February. Now we are going to do another webinar about how it's different. So we now have a 24-hour response for innovative entrepreneurs, that if they are eligible for the entrepreneur license or not. Before, it took up to 2 months or 3 months. Now it's in 24 hours and you can do it online. And this improvement shows the willingness of the government to improve. You want to say something, Marta?
No, go ahead.
About the average consumer spending per year. This is very, very important for your company if you're
The
operating
weather,
in
the weather
B2C.
is same as like Dubai. What we have, like too much
No,
hot
it's
that time.
no, it's not the same. In Riyadh, the weather is dry, very dry. Less than 15%
Okay.
humidity is the average. The weather is
Okay.
similar between Jeddah and Dubai. Between Jeddah and Dubai, it's relatively similar because you have
Yes.
high humidity there. In terms of the average consumer spending per year, Saudi Arabia has double than the one in UAE. Meaning, if you are operating in B2C, you will find better purchase power now in Saudi Arabia in the nationals more than the UAE. In terms of
Okay.
size really matters in terms of your industry. So in terms of size, Saudi Arabia is 25 times the land size of UAE. And there is a funny story that in the 70s, in 1970, it was 71, when the UAE, they lost the protection of UK. The English government came to the UAE and told them that we can no longer protect you. In the next 4 years, you need to develop your own army, etc. What did Saudi Arabia? They took a piece of Abu Dhabi. And because Saudi Arabia had the military at that time, and UAE didn't have one. Just to give you something, that even though Saudi Arabia it's big, they are also keen on expanding a little bit. In terms of drivers for growth, They are both the fastest growing economy in GCC. They are both leading. They are both digital first. If you go to for example, in the Ministry of Investment, they have Munshaat. If you go there, they will tell you, go to this portal. This is how you can do it. So they won't accept any paper from you. And the same in UAE. You already know that you can open your, for example, in Midian or any other special economic zone, you can open your company in less than 20 minutes if you have all the documentations, and it's done online. Both of the countries are focusing on green economy. Both of them, they have giga projects. A giga project, it means that it's a project that is valued, or they will spend more than $1 billion on it. All of the economies, all of the business reforms that are backed by the government, they would like to help the businesses grow and thrive from their local, let's say, headquarters. Then they are both considered as a gateway to Asia and Africa for many reasons. Because of the historical trade, if you take the UAE, it was the hub for the pearl for many years. Now it was switched to the oil. And if you take Saudi, it has been for many. Oh, thank you, Amani. Yes, the Middle East is the future. So either you are in it or you're out. So I will tell you why you should hurry later on. So, and for the trade, Saudi Arabia has been playing a leading role in the trade from the days of the Silk Road and many others. So those two entities, they are in the middle, and they were always being as a driver for growth in trade between the two continents. So KSA or UAE, this must be your first logical entry point if you would like to enter to GCC. Okay, Marta, would you like to take this one?
Go ahead. Trust-based, yes. One by one, or Saudi compared to Emirati?
One by one.
Okay, so Saudi market is trust-based market. You need to build the relation before you do the business. It's quite opposite to the European approach. So it takes time and patience that you need to meet with the partners, with the clients several times, go there, meet them in person. And there is also hierarchical. So the hierarchy is very important. We are meeting always with the decision makers or with the people on the highest position. And we build these relations from the highest position, which is, for example, ambassador, the ministries, the Chamber of Commerce, the entities that support the business from the governmental side. Longer decision cycles. This is very important to remember and to be aware of, that in Saudi, it takes more time to take this decision. It's also because of the hierarchical decision making. Very often the company is family owned, and even if the younger generation is leading the company, they always discuss it in the families with the head of the family, and they make this decision together. That's why it takes more time. Yes, as Ahmed said, business, as it's written here, business piece is growing fast, but the relationship comes first. So first you need to build this relation, take this time to make this train running, and then it goes fast. This is the characteristic of Saudi market. And
Is that mean, we have a question, is that mean long administrative process? It's not about the administrative process, but about making the decision, for example, to purchase from you or not. In terms of administrative process, for example, for procurement, it depends from one entity to another. In some entities, they cannot go over budget, so they need to plan it with you. If your for example, product is very expensive, for example, in terms of, we're talking about millions, sometimes they might ask you that, let's discuss it this year and you can apply next year. But if, for example, your product, it falls into one of their line of budget, it will be quicker.
It's also because of the nature of the Saudi people. It's they have a saying that we have clocks and they have time. It's just the way they do it. They don't hurry with the decisions. This, as we Can we talk about, this is something in Arabic, Ahmed, for you on the chat.
Yeah, the kafil, the kafil is only for blue collar workers, and it's becoming to be removed slowly but surely, let's say, in Saudi. So if you are, for example, an entrepreneur, I would like to open your company now, you can have 100% ownership. You don't need to go through a Saudi. And there is no kafil in that regard. You can employ yourself on spot. You can get your residency in like 30 days. And the kafil, it's, let's say, it's an old story, and it's mainly for they don't call it kafil anymore now. They have specific term, and it's only for blue collar workers.
Okay, coming back to Emirates, fast moving. It's also because, as the second point, there is multicultural, and as we said before, 80% of population of Emirates, it's expats from all around the world, and it's very business oriented. That's why this is the faster than Saudi. Can you give another, Ahmed? Efficient.
Efficient is about what I told you, for example, earlier, when you would like to file for a how do you call it, an LLC in a special economic zone. The fastest one is Median now. By far, it's 20 minutes. We haven't seen in any of these regions this regard. Even for our company, let's say here in Poland, we had it on the same day, but not in 20 minutes. So, so it's one of the fastest that I have seen. Second, last topic, it's about the business relations in Emirates is different a little bit from the one in Saudi, because they are focusing more on the transaction, less than on the deep relation. We had, for example, for one of our clients, that one of the institutions there in Emirates, they were eager to not use a local partner to save VAT for their own government. So they don't pay VAT for their own government, which something won't happen, for example, in Saudi. Okay. So this will be one by one. The economy in Saudi, everything is government led. Most of the people, they go to Saudi Arabia for government contracts. Let's say 80% of the cake for money in Saudi is based on the government. What is the government spending? Let's say in UAE, it's not valid anymore. It's not only government-led economy. Also, they have huge businesses that are very, very dominant and that are requiring all kinds of purchase. I will give you something to show you how the economies are different. You know Leap. I think, I'm sure from the audience, the people that I know, some of you already went there. Many of the companies that were exposing from Leap, their booth were managed by a company in Dubai. So the businesses are really demanding, and those companies from Dubai, they took the project and they hired subcontractors in Saudi. So you see that both economies are really connected, even in terms of simple events. Then in Saudi Arabia, since we have the royal court, and Saudi Arabia, it's one country. UAE, you have 7 emirates, and each emirate, they have their own council and they have their own ruler. But you have the Abu Dhabi, that is, let's say, the main government entity that is doing everything. But each emirate can deal with its own. So it's more of a decentralized approach. They are also, Emiratis, they were the first to be more open to foreign ownership. Now it's also possible in Saudi Arabia. And they have business-friendly free zones that you can do everything online. That doesn't mean that in Saudi it doesn't exist. In specific licenses, which is called the entrepreneur license, you can operate and make your stuff online first, but you need then at a certain point to come to finalize the process in Saudi Arabia. You need to have, that's why you need to have a strong local presence or a sponsor, which is what we called earlier kafil, but now it's called more of a sponsor. It means that he will invest in your company and he will help you grow there. We have a company that opened in Saudi Arabia. He's a Tunisian entrepreneur. He has 51% of the company, and he has 2 other investors with him, and he is the general manager of the company. So It's not that they control him, he's controlling the company. So the mindset also is shifting. What did you write, Hira? Give me a moment, I need to read it. Can we talk about classification of Dubai as an offshore jurisdiction, which can discourage investors to perceived issues around transparency, regulatory compliance, and limited local? Yes, of course, we can discuss about that. That's a very important topic. I will tell you, even from our experience, when we have someone from Emirates and we need to deal with, if we have a transaction, we need to inform the bank in advance, and they will ask us for papers. Who is that? Is it really illegal company? What is your relationship with them? So, Dubai specifically, I'm not talking about all the Emirates, but Dubai specifically, it has a problem in terms of reputation now. If you have a business that is based in Dubai, they will ask you a lot of questions. They will, misjudge you sometimes. Some people will tell you, okay, you are a drug dealer, you're going there, you are avoiding taxes, you are doing this, doing that. So, yes, there is an issue in terms of branding, let's say, for Dubai at the moment. I will give you, we have with us here our Indian Fanshankar, and you know that there is a government-to-government, agreement between Emirates and India, but mostly Dubai, yes? So in Dubai, you have over 40,000 registered businesses from India. In Saudi, there are only 400. And this, it gives you, I will tell you why. Because to register a company in Saudi Arabia, if it is a branch, the process will take between 2 to 3 months because there is a whole due diligence process. And if there are some missing papers that if they don't, for example, trust the origin of the paper, you cannot even finish this process. That's why if you now in Saudi Arabia, you have 1.6 million registered companies. You are sure that these 1.6 million companies, they are existing there, because all companies, they are registered in the Chamber of Commerce, and they check if they are active or not active. You cannot, for example, if you don't have Saudization and you are in the red, if you don't secure it in the next 12 months, they might oblige you to close your company, because they would like to have only entities that are really active, economically active, into Saudi. Now in Emirates, they are copying Saudi on this regard. So now in the Emirates, they introduced just this month a new fine. If you employ someone and your company is not active and you don't give him a job, you can risk up to 25,000 dirham of fines. So now, why? Because they saw that a lot of people are opening what you call shell company, and they don't do nothing with it. They just use it to bypass some taxes, and that's all. They don't create real economy, real value there. Okay. Can you guess how many? Let's say not how many. Can you guess who has more special economic zones, Saudi or the Emirates? A special economic zone, typically it's a zone in the country. It's a piece of land where the government says, here I will give you better tax relief. Yes, better terms of doing business. I will give you more streamlined process, dedicated zone, and sometimes they make it per type of industry. So this is a special economic zone in its broader term. Can you put in the chat, one, if you think that Saudi has more, or if the Emirates has more economic zones? And I will remind you that Saudi Arabia is 25 times bigger than the Emirates.
Than Emirates. One is Saudi, two is Emirates. We have one answer now. 30 people, one answer. Please write something.
Yalla.
So it seems that doing a business in Saudi is difficult than UAE, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot difficult if it's a classical company. If it's an innovative company, if it's a startup and you get a letter from one of the incubators registered in Saudi, you can have a response in 24 hours, and the process is much more streamlined. In 2 weeks, you can finish everything.
Mm-hmm. So you prefer to have business in UAE or Saudi? Like, what do you recommend?
It depends
Wait for
on the
us
company.
until the end. Don't tell him. Wait for us until the end. I will tell you.
It depends. I will tell you, it depends. So we have some answers.
Don't, Marta. Thank you very much. So so most of the people, they say that Saudi Arabia But
I'm Dubai team.
Oh, that's good.
so you have only 5 special economic zones in Saudi Arabia. Actually, this term is relatively very new to the economy there. While the economy of the Emirates is open for more than 50 years now, so they have like every year one economic zone. Until this day, they have 46 in the total Emirates. So, what do you think? Which market obliges you to have a regional headquarter on their country to access government contracts? Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, or both? Meaning,
Once again, the right number.
yes. Both? No, this one is pretty simple. You put a number. Is it do they require to have regional headquarter in Saudi or UAE? Meaning that if you would like to have a government contract with Saudi Arabia, you need to have a regional headquarter from the whole GCC in Saudi Arabia. If you would like to have a government contract in UAE, you need to have regional headquarters there, or both of them. Okay, both. Actually, only Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia requires you to have your regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia for you to apply for government tenders since January 2024. For UAE, we just signed at the end of July a government contract for one of our clients with 30% down payment with a government entity in Dubai. And one of the papers that they asked us is that we declare that we don't have a local agent in there. So VAT registration is obligatory, yes, but this is not about the VAT registration. This is about, can they deal with you as a government, purchase from you if you have a foreign entity or not. You cannot have access in Saudi Arabia to government contracts if you don't have a local entity. In some phases, if you are a foreign company, they can have you streamline the process of opening a branch for government contract if it exceeds a certain amount. This is in Saudi Arabia. Okay, thank you. We are almost finished. Hang on. Okay. So we responded to that. You need to have your regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia in order to have government contracts. You don't need to have it in UAE. Okay, so and that's why over 200 multinational companies, such as PepsiCo, other big brands, they shifted their regional headquarters to Saudi Arabia from October 2023 to January 2024. 200 multinational companies. Okay, this is a little bit mixed up about the animations. I will go roughly quicker to it because I would like to open the mic for you and listen to more questions about partnership and decision-making structures. In Saudi, it's top-down. You need to convince the upper head in order to have decision. Once you do it, you're done. For example, here in Poland, we met one of our partners, Go Business, and we agreed on everything in one meeting with the Chief Business Development Officer. And he is number 2 in the company. He gave orders to the other people, and we take it from there. In UAE, we can deal in a flat structure, especially in the private sector. Even in the government sector, if you meet someone that is senior management, you can deal with him, and he can take it to the upper management. So let's say from down to up.
This is possible, how we closed the deal in Dubai. Yes,
but in Saudi, it's more difficult. In Saudi Arabia, you have a strong role of the ministries over the mega projects. In Emirates, the government acts like a company. They are very fast on B2B access, and even for the government projects, they act like a company. In Saudi Arabia, you need to know how to navigate bureaucracy smartly, meaning if you go for anything, ask once, twice, and ask them to send it to you via email, to have it all as a checklist. To open a branch in Saudi Arabia, there are 13 steps. So you need to know them all. And if you don't know, you just hire a company there that will do it for you. But you need to be very, very, very careful in terms of the bureaucracy and act smart. into the access for the business in Emirates. They have multiple chambers, and they have a lot of business councils, and they have more of ease of connections. For example, in Emirates, we do business through a cigar club. Me and Marta, we are part of a cigar club. So every time we go there, we just go to the guys and do you have a meetup? Yes, every week we meet on this time of time, and this is much more easier. This mentality and this mindset is coming now to Saudi. I will go quickly about the do's and don'ts. You should invest in Saudi Arabia in terms of building trust over time. But the good thing is that relationship, once it's built and the trust is there, it's very long lasting. While in UAE, there are transactional people. It's not very that you have a good relationship with them, that they will maintain that, they will respect you for that, and they will not overstep. You should get introduced properly. What we do, for example, is that if I know someone, that I have a target, for example, I want to reach someone, some CEO in some company, I reach out to my people there, my network, and ask them, can you introduce me to this guy or this guy? And that's how the introductions are done. You should also align with the Vision 2030 goal. If you have a product or a service, you need to pitch it properly and align it with that. In UAE, you should invest a lot in events and networking for quick traction. In terms of pricing, the government in Saudi Arabia invests more into events which are free of access most of the time, and they cost less than the ones in Emirates. For example, in Emirates, in GITEX, there are some side events that it will cost you $1,000 to attend, but they are very valuable. So UAE networking will cost you more than, for example, in Saudi. You should also localize your messaging in terms of language when you talk to them. Also, you need to leverage the speed of the small setups. If you would like to do business with Emiratis, you see that you had 1-2 quick businesses, you can consider having an office there. It will show them also the trust that you are more close to them. For Saudi, don't rush the process. If you rush it, it might break. Don't assume you can scale without local input. That's out of the question. I would suggest always to try. If you have business, consider investing and opening your own company there. When they see you that you are there. They see that you are a trusted person, that you consider them seriously, and you are here to stay. What you shouldn't do in UAE, don't overcomplicate your go-to-market. They are more digitally, let's say, first, but they need to see you at least once, twice, 3, because they are both a face-to-face market. But let's say that UAE might be different in terms of closing the deal, but you shouldn't overthink it. It's like go directly to business proposals, which in Saudi, if you took too early or too soon, too directly about business, it might break. What I mean by overcomplicate, don't overthink it. Just say what you have in mind for the UAE. It might be better for you. And if you open a company, please, in UAE, don't be fooled by the 0% tax. Don't be fooled by that. There are a lot of fines, and I will show you in the next slide. So this is the business 101. Corporate tax, it's 20% on net adjusted profit for foreign-owned businesses. And it's 9% on taxable business profits in UAE if you exceed over $100,000. And it is 0% below that. There is what we call zakat tax in Saudi Arabia, which is around 2.5%. And there is no such a thing in UAE. The withholding tax, it's between 5% to 20% only to the payments that are made to non-residents. In UAE, it can go as high as 5%, depending on the double taxation treaty between the countries. Personal income tax is in both countries is 0%. For government contract, you have full access. If you are in UAE, if you are in one specific free zone than the other, most of the time you don't have access to government contracts or small minorities, and you need to have a mainland LLC, which is as complicated as opening a company in Saudi Arabia. For corporate fines on failure to file taxes, I took this as an example. There are a lot of fines on businesses. If you if you fail to register and file your taxes of the company in a certain date after the first of the financial year, tax year ends, the fines, they start at 1,000 Saudi Riyal in Saudi Arabia, but they give you the first month for free to fix it, and then up to 12 months to correct it, with a maximum of 50,000 Saudi Riyal. Meaning, if you take the whole year and you don't declare, you will take maximum of 50,000. In UAE, you have on spot 10,000 dirham. It's roughly the same. So it's like $2,500. It's on spot, fine. You need to pay it with a maximum of 20,000 plus 1,000 per day of delay. So you can make your calculations. And the fine, they will make comparison, and it can go as high as 200% of the unpaid tax. So,
Who's the winner?
1 Saudi Arabia, 2 Emirates. So Shankar asked the question. I'm curious to know about your answer.
It's little. No.
No?
Peter wrote win-win.
Win-win. Okay, I will just compare briefly to summarize what we saw. Things that you should remember. First, Saudi Arabia is still a virgin market. UAE, they started the transformation 50 years ago. Many things already have been done. Then Saudi Arabia is double the size, double the opportunity in terms of economy and in terms of B2C spendings. It's in UAE, it's already highly competitive. Everything is in most Emirates is already set, especially in Dubai. Third point, it's long lasting. When it's yesterday, was it Marta that someone called me from Saudi? So I met someone like a few months ago. I gave him my business card in one of the events. I told him what I do. He just sent me over WhatsApp because in my business card, I put my picture so that they remember me because it's a face-to-face market. So he told me, I took your business card. I remembered I have this opportunity. I would like to link Saudi to Poland on this specific project. Can you help me? So this is what it means. If they like you for some time, you build the relation, they will remember you and it will come to you. You shouldn't, force that I'm going there. Look, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have a $1 billion contract, but you didn't prove yourself to them. In Emirates, it's true that there are some quick wins. We were able, for example, to close some deals in Emirates by meeting people for the first time. So this is also true. It's the economy in Saudi Arabia is based on the local potential. What I mean by that the local force, the Saudi itself, you will find people that you can hire on site. They are investing a lot, giving them training a lot. A lot of universities now are worldwide ranked. So if you are in the technology sector, you can hire from the locals. And UAE, it's more of a cosmopolitan, more of a launch pad that you will deal with international people for many, cultures. You should be able to deal with that. Not everyone can work, in such an international space.
Multicultural, yes.
Some people get overwhelmed and they come to us and tell us, look, I prefer to go to Saudi because at least I have one nationality to deal with. When I'm in Dubai, I get confused.
It's this proportion that we said. It's like 80-20 in Saudi. 80 is Saudi.
No, 80-20 in 80-20 in Emirates. So 80% of the people are foreigners and 20% are local. In Saudi Arabia, they have 12 million of expats and 24 million of local Saudis.
So it's more like 35?
Something like that.
But still, the Emiratis, it's there is more of this population, and we have also Saudization. This is also
there is more foreigners in Emirates than Saudi, and the proportions, they are reversed. This is what you need to remember.
Exactly.
So for us, there is no winner. Both of them are winners. Because it depends on your industry, it depends on your current status of the market. Where are you at the moment? Where are you heading? What are your priorities? And that's why we consider that both of them, they are winners. In some sectors, it's better for you to go here. In the others, it's better for you to go there. And sometimes some companies, they start in Emirates, they use as a launch pad, and then when they confirm the business in Saudi, they move to Saudi Arabia. Okay. Now, I will tell you a little bit about the expansion journey, about what you should do. This is mainly what we recommend always to do first a pre-landing, then you consider the soft landing, then the post-landing. Pre-landing is you need to have expansion readiness. You need to test if your product or service is valid for that market. For example, for Saudi Arabia, we check the key giga projects according to your current products and services, and we help you. Someone has echo. Sorry, I had to mute you. So for the expansion readiness, we go through your products and services, and we check in which giga projects there is the most opportunity for you. What kind of culture, business practices you should be aware of, and the most important part is the legal framework. Then you should do what we call the AAA program. The AAA program is first you need to make a deeper assessment of your company. How can you go to that market? What is your at least 12 to 18 months market entry strategy that you tailor-made it to your ideal customer profile, your ideal partner profile, because having a strong local partner will help you reduce a lot of administrative hurdles. Instead of making your own company, you just rely on the local partner. He will help you also get your local clients. He'll help you in the service level agreement, in all of the maintenance that is needed, and help you get faster access to the market. And in this AAA program, we take the client at least once in the first step for each step and introduce them to a local partner. And our what we promise is at least one signed local partner. For the people that are curious about the market, that before they would like to engage in such a program and invest such time and effort, we suggest a 3 days business networking in Riyadh, which is led by Marta. Marta, I think it's better that you explain this.
This is the project that I called Business Riyadh Speed Dating. So this is very quick, very fast a trip to Saudi, only 3 days on site. It gives you everything that we talked about. It's building relations, it's event that you can present yourself, and dedicated networking for the specific company, specific industry, that we introduce you to our local partners, to governmental institutions, to the Chamber of Commerce. And this is also some cultural insight, sightseeing, and a little bit time for yourself also to visit some interesting part of Riyadh. What is very important with this trip is that you need to touch the place, you need to be there, you need to experience the culture, the Saudi hospitality, because this is, as we said, very relation-based market. The nearest one is going to happen. The nearest edition we have in September, and the next one in November. We can send you the details over WhatsApp or email. Please write here your email address. So what we provide in this is a package. So all you need to do by yourself is just to book a ticket. The rest is on us, including the logistics from the hotel, including organizing the event, and also business dinner, because this relation that you build is always about the hospitality culture and dinner and eating and socializing. So as you can see here, hotel, on-site logistics, 2 workshops about the Vision 2030, about the Saudi culture, 3 dinners, and our assistance from the airport to the airport. All 3 days long, we are there with you.
For more details, please. We'll take you to the city.
It's door to door. It's airport to airport. So please, if you have any questions.
One quick question
Yes.
on that. The net. Can you go back to the previous slide, please? The previous slide. So you mentioned the networking event Saudi entrepreneur. So what kind of networking you're going to arrange? Like you'll be inviting those business owners, right? Or maybe government bodies.
Mhm.
What type of
There will
entrepreneurs will
be
be part of that?
there will be at least one person from the Ministry of Investment to give you the latest. You will take direct information from them about launching the business there and doing business there. You will have one of our Saudi lawyers partners there, one of the accountants. In terms of networking, we will bring you between 10 to 15 of our partners that are there. And each time we do a business speed dating, we do it by industry to help, the companies that come there network with the most relevant people to them. So we send for the people that will sign up, we send them the list of those companies that are willing to attend. We send them their profiles and everything. And if they see someone that is of interest to them, we link them prior to going there. And we also help into signing the MOU. So if someone would like to sign a partnership there, we can help them make an agreement that is valid from their country, mainly Europe, at the time beginning that we have, compliant to Europe and the Saudi legislation.
What is
Okay.
also important, we can organize the private trip for only one company. If you want to bring someone from your team, we can organize this kind of trip and event also, but as a private event only for your company. It's the basic is the same, but you are how to say it, only with your company. So this is
We
more.
have
I don't want to say VIP because we treat like that all our clients, but this is more focused on you in this
we call
regard.
it it's a private economic mission
Private,
dedicated
yes.
for you.
Thank you for the word.
For example, we have now 3 companies that are taking from Poland for 9 days on site, including one private event dedicated for them to showcase their products and services. We already launched the communication for that. We have confirmation from the former ambassador of Saudi Arabia in Poland that will assist. We have Ministry of Investments. We have some banks that confirm that they are coming. We have $1 billion company registered in the stock market that will come to, that they are more into IT infrastructure. And one of those companies already signed last month with this company. So they are going to meet for the second time, let's say, in person there. And so this is, we can take it from 3 days to 9 days. Typically, if we are going to have an event, if we take it as a private economy mission, we prefer to have the event in the middle where people can get acquainted in the 2-3 days before, and they can have follow-up after that. So this is how we do it.
This is the 9 days trip, because this is not the first trip of those partners in Saudi. So we divided, we extended to 9 days because we already have some meetings with our partners on site.
Okay.
So we need to extend this time for a little bit longer. But for the first trip, for the second trip, this short period of time, just to have a little bit overview and to launch the first partnership, to the first on-site visit. 3 days, it's designed for the entrepreneurs who doesn't have time and want to squeeze as much as possible from those 3 days.
Mm. Good.
Great. Thank you, Shankar. If you have any question, please feel free. I will
Feel free
just
to write or unmute yourself, because we are finalizing the webinar, and this is the moment that we can jump into discussion.
Sounds good.
This is the link to our newsletter. You just can scan it, and I will drop here the link in the chat, so you can be informed on spot of our webinars. And starting this month, at the end of this month, we will be sending some reports to keep you updated about the GCC. I will share it here. Oh, good. We have 28 people that stayed with us for 1 hour. Thank you so much.
I'm sharing
Thank
my
you,
contact
Emily. Thank you,
data.
Michael. I have it on the screen. You can take a screenshot of this. It's not this one.
This is
Sorry.
additional. That was additional.
Yeah, I left it in the end. Okay, you can start sharing your contact data. I will switch and find
Yes.
ours.
Shankar, if you can share your contact data, we will see you in Dubai, Piotr. Yes. I'm looking forward. Are you in Dubai at the moment?
No, I came last week itself. On Sunday, I back to India.
Okay, thank you. I'm asking Peter because he wrote on the chat. See you in Dubai.
Okay.
No, but I'm resident. Great. Yes, these are our contact data. So please take a screenshot or take a picture.
Thank you, Emeni. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Shankar, for especially for the for your questions and your engagement. Hopefully, to see you in our next webinars. I'm talking now to the man. I'm preparing a webinar only for men about men's health with my private health coach. And I will send you only for the men. It will be private webinar for men in the next 2 weeks. We are planning to do it to give you some tips about how to take care of your health. All of us, we are working hard and we forget about that we have one body, that we need to take care of it. And we will share with you some tips. I will share from my personal journey. This is and we are not selling you anything. You just come as men because we feel that we as men are put on the side. Everything is for women now.
Oh, you're missing
So-
you're missing men's club. Cigar shisha men's club. So okay.
It's same as this cigar, the cigar club, that you come there and share about what you have to do. Thank you, Shankar. Thank you, everyone. We finished on time this time, and we will follow up.
If you have any questions, don't hesitate to write.
Yes, thank you, Piotr, for sharing your contact.
Meta for mena, nice.
Very nice.
Thank you, Michał. Lovely
Thank
to
you.
see you
Thank
here.
you, Michał.
See you soon in CAC.
Thank you for valuable presentation. Thank you for help.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
So see you in the next episode, and let's keep in touch.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.